Joey Langois from the indie pop band What If Elephants joins us here on Primetime Local News. Joey, you got a new single out right now. Talk about that and what it's all about.
The first single is called Sugar Daddy, and that song is about, it's about a specific, it's about a couple. It's like we're telling a story about these two people that are going obviously through financial distress, and the kind of conclusion that they settle on is like, we can have a lot or we can have just like nothing. But in the end, it's like what we really need is each other. And that's like, the song isn't necessarily describing like the exact situation we've been through, but it's definitely a stress that we manage time to time. I know for myself, especially in the band, it's like there's just times that are tougher. And that's the conclusion that we reached.
For you guys during the pandemic, I know it's obviously been hard to get together in person to keep working on music. So how have you guys managed to, stay creative and still work on your music during this time?
Yeah, it like pretty quickly we took to online platforms. So there's like, we do a lot of the music production ourselves. So what that looked like sometimes was just doing a Zoom session if it's just for songwriting. Other times it'd be a combination of like a video call over Zoom, and then there's a software that we can put into our music production program, and that'll send like high quality audio over the internet so that they can hear the full resolution of what we're doing. So I've done a few recording sessions that way, and it actually works surprisingly well. We recorded drums that way, and I didn't even, for like the producer, Lucas Liberator, who helped for Sugar Daddy, we actually never saw each other in person this year, and we finished the track, so it was great.
Joey, give us a little bit of background for our viewers that, may not be familiar with you guys. Who do you guys try to really emulate your sound off of?
Well, definitely starting out like a big mutual, we all had a very mutual admiration for the Canadian band Hey Rosetta, which is also from out east. They just had this really beautiful, eclectic sound of just so many different sonic textures and instruments, and their arrangements were incredible. So we started there, and I've always listened to pop music, so like I didn't really spend much money on music or anything really. Like growing up, we just didn't have much money, so I would listen to whatever's on the radio, and that just kind of like evolved into my adulthood. So I still listen to a lot of pop, but obviously now, like the more I got into music professionally, I just discovered a wider range of and depth of music. And I'd say I'm really fortunate to have Justin, Colin, and Alana, because all of them actually have a musical education. I studied production only, and so they add like all this richness. So yeah, I'm expanding beyond your question, but like I'll go with Hey Rosetta because that's one that's kind of like really quick to say, and it explains a lot of how our music has evolved.
I know you guys right now are currently working on your new EP. How exciting is it for you guys to finally get the work finished on it, and when's it going to be coming out?
Yeah, so it's been interesting this past year, trying to figure out how to release an EP well in a pandemic. And we're also, we were lucky enough to get the Factor grant, which they assist Canadian artists in developing their essentially their business, like in developing their careers. And so we have funds to work with, but we want to make sure we spend those well. And now all the kind of tried and proven strategies for building a career in the music industry, which are largely carried out in the live performance arena, are kind of just all out of grasp. So we're still like trying to really put together a solid plan for that. At some point, we just kind of have to just dive in and see what happens. So right now we aim to release the EP in April, late April. We are still evaluating though what is the best way to do that. So we will be giving out more music. We will get more music out there before summer comes around. We just don't know exactly how that's going to look.
Well, Joey, I really appreciate your time. The song Sugar Daddy is available now on all major streaming platforms to have a listen. Joey, thanks a lot for your time. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much, Connor.